And now we are at the 100th video in this playlist. And what better way to kick it off than with 13 Reasons Why, Season 1. So, I know this show pisses people off. And I know it makes people happy. And I know it's a lot of alexithymia for everybody. And I get that. So, first we got the sleeve. Shoe. It's gonna be a decently long video. So here's the sleeve for it. There's the front. There's the synopsis on the back. And the special features. Also, whoa, opens. Will you spread? Thank you. Faggot. Oh my god. It's being a dick. There we go. So that's what's on disc 1. That's what's on disc 2. That's what's on disc 3. And that's what's on disc 4. So, and these are all the discs. They're all graybacks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm guessing this came in like a different case because my library has specialty cases for this stuff. So it came in a beautiful case like this. And I actually like this kind of case. It's nice. Works good. So, 13 Reasons Why, Season 1. If you think I am on the side of how this glorifies suicide, you're dead wrong about that. Pun intended. This show does not glorify suicide. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it does not. There is no way this show glorifies suicide. It shows how Hannah Baker's mindset went from, it's how she perceived everything. She wanted to reach out and get help, but didn't know how to do it. And that's the case in a lot of situations that stem from rape and, anything. Rape, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, molestation, abortions, all that shit. Even murder. Shit, man. It's hard, and it really does it really does showcase how high school life was. Especially in my time when I was in high school. And it's easy to relate to that because you look back and you're like, damn, I went through some of that shit too. I was even suicidal at certain points in my life. I got to the point where this is a true story, I actually brought a knife to school and I was going to kill myself. And I ended up getting expelled for it. And, and looking back, they were right, but at the time, teachers always say, like, you don't want to kill yourself. You're not suicidal. And, man, hearing that shit is so stupid because it is the most recycled phrases that they can come out of your mouth. It's like, talk to me like a normal person. Don't throw fucking blanket lines at me. I hate that. Talk to me like an actual fucking human being. But yeah, with this show, it really does shine a hard light on one of the hardest subjects that people don't like talking about. And I'm glad they did that. That's why Season 1 is a straight up 11 in terms of rank. It doesn't glorify suicide. It shows how she handled it and how suicide was her only option out of it. It was her only way to escape the pain. And I know this because, if you watched my video about my birthday, I've lost my best friend. No. If you watch the video about what terrified my greatest fear in my About Me playlist, death and shit. I watched my best friend get buried after she died of an overdose. And then I found out her daughter also died of an overdose. And I didn't understand, why she died, why she killed herself like that. It blew my mind. It threw me for a loop. I didn't understand. And then I found out that, when you're an addict or an alcoholic, especially when you're either one, and you're hopeless and you're feeling hopeless and shit, and people try to help you, um, when you're trying to help somebody who's in that situation, you're the enemy in their eyes. And you need to hear that again. You are the enemy in their eyes. And I know you don't quite understand that, but that is how you are perceived to their mind. You're the enemy, not the hero. You're not helping them at all. Even though your intentions are good, you're still the enemy. And it really sucks. And what sucks even more is that, me and my bestie had a fight. Me and Crystal had a fight. I instigated the fight. It's my fault. I still blame myself for that shit. I accused her of using again, and I think that set her off, and that's why she overdosed. But, you know, years later, I look back, and maybe that was the reason. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe she was just, boiled up and everything and whatnot. I don't know. I'll never know because she's dead and gone. But that's the mindset Hannah Baker had. Like, everybody, nobody knew about how she felt until the tapes came out. And Clay felt most responsible for it. And it wasn't even his fault. Not in a sense, though. But yeah, that's what happens when you deal with somebody who is highly suicidal. You really can't help them. All you can do is just be there. And when someone says, if you see a lot of posters say, just be there for me, that's what they mean. They mean, even if you don't talk to them or don't interact with them, if you're in the same room with them and they're doing whatever, at least they're acknowledging you're there and you're listening to them. That's why it says if you're listening, you're too late. Sometimes all it takes is just being in the same room with that person and talking to them, or just, existing in their bubble. And it's good enough for them. They're okay. They feel safe with you. And eventually they will open up. If you talk to them before they acknowledge you and they're in that mindset, you're really ruining it. And you're increasing their chances of them wanting to kill themselves. And speaking of Hannah's suicide, I'm pissed that Netflix actually did a piss poor editing job in cutting out the entire scene altogether. And that really made me mad. Oh, I can't believe they actually took it out. But they left Tyler's raping, and now they're banning smoking on Stranger Things. But whatever, that's a different story. Actually, no, it's the same story. It's the same premise. You know, if you're gonna censor a suicide, if you're gonna censor the whole event itself, it detracts from the entire show. You're not standing by your product. You are basically cowering to social media standards and a bunch of whiny people who can't handle the fact that they're triggered and offended. That's the whole point of the fucking show, dumbasses. It's supposed to invoke feelings. It's supposed to upset you. It's supposed to piss you off. And all the other shit. Because suicide happens every fucking day. Right now, somebody is probably contemplating suicide as I'm making this video. Somebody is probably getting raped while I'm making this video. That's hardcore life facts for you. The shit is happening right now. And so many people are afraid to come forward about rape because whether you're male or female, whatever gender you are, and if you've been raped, come forward. Tell your story. Don't keep it a fucking secret. The longer you keep it a secret, the more it'll eat at you slowly and slowly until it consumes you and you blow up at your partner over it. You got to report the rape. Don't go and take a shower. You wash away the evidence, the rape won't it won't go to court. You got to go through with it. And I know that hurts even worse for you to hear that, but you have to go through with it. You have to. If you really want justice, do it. If you don't want justice, then live with that burden for the rest of your life, you know? It sucks. Suicide isn't the only option. Living with it isn't the only option. There are other options in life to getting over a rape, getting over being suicidal. This shit isn't the end. Suicide ain't the final answer. But yeah, this show, again, don't glorify suicide. It's how she felt, and she decided that was her final option to escape reality. And I don't blame her. I really don't. Like, if that's how she really felt, that was her choice. You can't stop everything. You can't save them all. That was the hardest lesson I had to learn with my bestie when she overdosed and died. Because I loved her to pieces. Like, I really, really loved her. I loved her for 6 years and 25 fucking days. And she's gone. Ain't nothing I can do about it now. But yeah, for 13 Reasons Why, like, I know it's a hot topic to talk about, but you gotta really talk to people about shit. If something's really bothering you, talk about it. If you've been raped, talk to somebody. Don't matter who it is. Talk about it. Don't just, sweep it under the rug like, it won't happen to me again. If it keeps happening to you again, it's probably from past trauma. If you got molested by a family member, shit, tell somebody. But it's always funny how everybody will out the drug addict and the alcoholic, but they'll protect the family molester. Yeah, fun times with that. So, for season 2, season 1 of this, absolutely phenomenal. In terms of bringing such a hot button issue to light and portraying it in the best way possible. I give it a thumbs down for editing the suicide scene out, because that is fucking retarded. So, what I'm going to do is, I am going to record, because this is the original DVD set, so her suicide's on disc 4. So I'm going to record that and save it, so I know it still exists, because... and then eventually I'll probably buy it, so I have the whole series, the whole season, and such. Would I recommend this to friends? Yeah, a lot of my friends have actually watched this and enjoyed it. And it really does touch a lot of old wounds and shit and whatnot. Yeah. If you watched this and you liked it, well, good. I'm glad you did. season 2 really, opened it up even more. But I'm hoping season 3 in just what is today's the 3rd, so in about 20 days season 3 drops. So I'm hoping, it ties. They add in the second set of tapes eventually, unless that's going to be for season 4. Um, if you don't like stuff that talks about suicide and rape, well, this shit ain't for you. Sorry, it's not for you. But if it is, try it. Watch it with whoever you feel safest with, or watch it by yourself if you don't like to deal with if you don't want a human. um, or watch it with your favorite blanket, pillow, your stuffed animals, whatever makes you feel safe in watching this and protected. Um, if you don't like Netflix original shows, sorry, it ain't for you. If you do, this is definitely for you. If you are into controversial shows, when I say controversial, um, check it out. If not, oh well. If you are easily triggered, offended, gotta call PETA, anti-vax league, all that bullshit, this ain't for you. Sorry. So, that's it. So that's number 100 in my video playlist for movies and TV shows. And I got more to do yet, so basically, journey's only just begun. So, I will be back a little bit later. So, oh, it's also from 2017. I forgot. My bad. So, till next time, like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers.